Hey, Point family. This is week 2 of our updates, and we just finished up a gathering today. You know, a lot of mixed emotions in the space today, as I'm sure for those of you who missed, you're feeling some of the heaviness. We referred to this in the text message we sent out last night. You know, it is hard when you see things like natural disasters take lives of people. It doesn't feel fair. It doesn't feel right, because we know the world is broken and it's fallen. And we just reminded the church family today, as we grieve, like God is a God who grieves. God is a God who mourns loss. He is not indifferent to our suffering, but He cares. And so we're reminded in those moments that, as C.S. Lewis famously quoted, God, He whispers to us in our pleasures, but He shouts to us in our pain. And I think there's things that He wants to say to us and remind us of, even in His loving compassion toward us. One, that life is fragile, that we are frail. We're not going to last forever. We have an expiration date, and we don't know when that is. We also know that in the midst of all that, that chasing after things that are temporary, whatever it might be, possessions, they can be gone in a moment, that it is futile to put your hope in anything other than God. But we also are reminded in these moments that God is faithful, that God is always there, that when we ask for help, we ask for comfort, we ask for peace, we ask for hope, He shows up. In His presence, He shows up, because what we need in those moments is not information about God. We don't just need ideas or theology. We need His presence. We need revelation from God. And so thankfully, that's who our God is. And we want to continue to pray into that. We posted up yesterday, there's some ways you can get involved and help. And so we want to invite you to do that. ADRN is a way you can give, you can pray, and you can also be prepared to go if the time arises. We'll keep you updated on that. Just know right now the best thing to do is to wait until it's time to go. And then before I wrap up, I just want to remind you, in our sermon today, we did go ahead and teach through Jonah, and we did talk about Jonah's prayer in Jonah chapter 2. So this week, take some time to read through Jonah chapter 2. And as you look at Jonah 2, we notice that grace, while it's something that we all need, it's maybe even something that we know we need, and we've heard that word, it is something that we experience because that's who God is. And so we want to be people who are full of grace because we know the grace of God. And God's grace looks like rescue, it looks like redemption, it looks like restoration, it looks like reconciliation. It is awesome to know the grace of God. And so as you listen to the message and as you read the text this week, let's think about how awesome God's grace is, because it changes everything around us. And we want to be people who walk in that. Don't forget, tomorrow night, 6:30, right here, we will have our prayer gathering. Come join us for our prayer meeting. We'll be praying into these things together. Look forward to that time together as always. Love you, church family. Have a blessed week. Bye.